Right now is my dear friend and for my money, and I tell him this all the time, the single most underappreciated basketball analyst in America with Fox Sports Radio, Doug Gottlieb. Dougie, how you been, buddy?
Hello.
Hello. Doug and I were also colleagues at CBS Sports Network together, and Doug made the transition back out to the West Coast, where he's killing it for Fox.
You gotta be careful when you say transitioned and West Coast together. Sometimes, people are like, "Hey, what do you mean transition?"
Well, you and Bruce Jenner had a lot in common, is what I was saying. Hey, is there any take point spreads out of it, because that's not how you handicap a game, but can you fathom?
No, I do, but that's okay.
Can you fathom Loyola beating Michigan or no?
Yeah. Like, look, this is not Fab Five Michigan, dude. They're not throwing 5 pros out there. Hey, Tyler, they're not throwing 5 pros out there.
Right.
Like, they got a nice team, probably one NBA player. I mean, like, look, when you watch Michigan play, you're like, this is what it looks like when Michigan doesn't cheat. So, like, they're okay. Xavier Simpson's their point. Like, Xavier Simpson's their point guard. He can't shoot. He's a really good defender. He's kind of a pit bull, but he's not great. So, yeah, I could see. Remember, this is a Loyola team. They shoot 50% from the field, 51% from the field for the season, 40% from 3. And there's not. Usually, you'd say at Loyola Chicago, who is like they're an afterthought in Chicago sports land.
Sure.
Guy from FedEx. He just said, sorry. Could you be any louder? Anyway.
No, I'm with you. Like, I'm thinking about it. Like, if they could somehow win the whole damn thing, I would make.
It's the biggest upset ever.
Yeah,
ever.
it'd be the 1980 U.S. Olympic team and them. That'd be it.
Yeah, but didn't we like was Russia that good? Were they that much better than us?
Yeah, they were professionals, and they beat the Americans like 17-0 at the Garden a week before we won the gold.
All right, fair enough. I mean, I did see the movie. I did like the movie. I'm all in.
I saw the movie. You lived through it. You're not that young. You saw it.
1980. I was 4 years old. Like, I'm not going to sit there and quote it chapter and verse.
I guess I always think that you're older than me, just based on how we both look. But apparently, I'm older than you.
I'm an old soul, is what it is.
Yeah, right.
I'm an old soul. So look, it'd be the lowest seed ever to do it.
Right.
I mean, no one's ever thought of them as a legit basketball program. And here, how about this one? Porter Moser's been a head coach. This is his 14th year. This is the first year he's coached at 3 different schools that he's ever coached a team that's finished in the top 4 in his conference.
Right.
Top 4. So yeah, it would be the biggest surprise ever. But honestly, if you watch them, against Michigan, there's not that big a talent disparity. Honestly, against Kansas, there wouldn't be that big a talent disparity. I agree with you guys. Like Nova actually, it's not a surprise that they're here.
Right.
Kansas kind of overachieved this year. Michigan was a 5th place team in the Big Ten before they won the Big Ten tournament. So all those other 2 teams overachieved a little bit because their talent's not as good as it usually is. Nonetheless, because it's Loyola and all the other parts of the story, it would be the biggest surprise and Cinderella ever to win the.
Yeah, but listen, you got Sister Jean there, she's become like a mascot. America loves her. It's it's hard not to root for them to win the game just to see the quote unquote what if. Because if the what if happened, you're talking about the movie rights, the book rights, the Disney aspect of it, and we will have lived through the unthinkable for some of us for the second time ever. It would be fantastic,
Yeah, it would. And then it's funny, people talk about the Butler team. The second Butler team was more of a surprise. First Butler team had Gordon Hayward and Shelvin Mack. You had 2, long tenured pros. One guy's an all-star, and that was a top 10 team preseason. So this one would frankly be an all-timer. And the only reason the second Butler one they couldn't score against UConn wasn't considered in that light was because Butler had been there the year before. But you go back and look at that team, and Butler didn't have dudes the second year like they did the first year.
Hey, is Trae Young a legitimate NBA player or no?
I mean, he'll be drafted in the NBA.
Is he a stud though?
No, I don't think so. I think whatever GM drafts him is going to get fired. We do this in sports. It's like we want Baker Mayfield to be Russell Wilson,
right?
And he's somewhere in between Russell Wilson and Johnny Manziel. He might be Case Keenum. But we guys that have well, I mean, play the same offense as KC.
Yeah, no, I listen. I agree. I think we fall in love with guys for no reason. Now, I never saw Josh Allen play, but based on the video I've seen of him and the size, it'd be hard not to pick him. Look, they're telling me I got to take a break, so let's do this. You know, I love you.
You take breaks?
I
you
don't
have
know.
advertisers?
We got advertisers and sponsors and dead deer wood structures in front of us. Let's talk on Monday. To preview the championship game. We'll do a whole segment with you. And I miss you, and I appreciate you coming on, bud.
Anytime, buddy.
Doug Gottlieb, Fox Sports Radio. And again, one of the best game day analysts in all of college basketball. We have an update coming from Michelle. You never know who else is going to stop by and surprise you. There might be somebody sitting 8 feet to my left who's about to come on the show. There might not be. I don't know. But I also know that Bug Boy is back. Did he accomplish the task that we gave him over an hour ago? We'll find out next. Carton and Friends.